Hello, friends! Have you ever taken a bite of a crisp, sweet apple? It looks so simple, right? Just a round fruit, red, green, or yellow. Easy to eat, easy to turn into juice, pie, or even chips. But did you know, behind that simplicity, apples hide thousands of secrets. Secrets about their history, science, and culture. Stories that make apples one of the most fascinating fruits in the world. Today, to uncover unique apple facts you may have never heard before. And after this, every time you bite into an apple, I promise, you'll see it in a completely different way.
Number 1. Origins and history. When people think of apples, most imagine Europe as their homeland. But the truth is far more surprising. Apples originally came from Central Asia, from the mountains of Kazakhstan. There, a wild apple tree called Malus sieversii grew, and this tree is believed to be the ancestor of all modern apples we know today. In fact, the city of Almaty in Kazakhstan literally means the place of apples. So in a way, apples are part of their national identity. From Kazakhstan, apples began a long journey. Through the Silk Road, the ancient trade route linking Asia and Europe, apples spread to new lands. Merchants, explorers, and conquerors carried apples wherever they went. And later, when Europeans sailed to the Americas, apples followed them across the ocean. That's why today we can find apples almost everywhere on Earth. But apples didn't just travel physically. They entered myths and stories. In ancient Greece, apples were seen as the fruit of the gods. In European folklore, apples symbolized mystery and temptation. Remember the poisoned apple from Snow White? And in Christian tradition, apples are often depicted as the forbidden fruit that drove Adam and Eve out of paradise. Though interestingly, the Bible never actually mentions the word apple. Somehow, this fruit ended up taking all the blame.
Number 2. Science facts about apples. Now let's move to science. Did you know that apples can float on water? That's because about 25% of an apple's volume is air. So if you drop one into a bucket of water, it will bob right back to the surface. This little fact even created a traditional game in Europe called apple bobbing, where people try to grab apples floating in a tub of water only with their teeth. But here's another astonishing fact. There are over 7,500 varieties of apples in the world. Some sweet, some sour, some crisp, some soft. If you tried one new apple variety every single day, it would take you more than 20 years to taste them all. And genetically, apples are fascinating. If you plant a seed from a Fuji apple, you won't get another Fuji tree. Each apple seed carries a unique genetic combination, meaning the new tree could produce a completely different kind of apple. That's why farmers use grafting, not seeds, to preserve specific apple varieties. Apples also come packed with nutrients. Their skin is rich in quercetin, a powerful antioxidant that helps fight free radicals. They also contain polyphenols, fiber, and vitamin C. Some studies even suggest apples may support brain health, reduce heart disease risk, and slow down cellular aging.
Number 3. Apples in everyday life. You've probably heard the saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." This phrase first appeared in Wales in the 19th century. Of course, it doesn't literally mean apples make you invincible. But yes, their nutrients really do support good health. And apples come in so many colors, not just bright red, but also green, yellow, and even rare ones like the pink pearl, which has a gorgeous pink flesh inside. Here's another interesting fact. apples can be stored for a surprisingly long time. With controlled atmosphere storage, apples can last up to a full year. So, that apple you bought at the supermarket, it may have been harvested months ago. And don't think all apples are sweet. Some varieties are extremely bitter or sour, and you wouldn't want to eat them raw. But these apples are crucial for making cider, the world's favorite apple drink. Number 4. Economy and culture. On a global scale, apples are among the most widely grown fruits, second only to bananas. Every year, hundreds of millions of tons are produced, and leading the production is China, which grows more than half of the world's apples. Apples have even traveled to space. NASA astronauts once brought apples as fresh snacks on their missions because they're durable and easy to carry. In modern culture, apples hold powerful symbolism. New York is famously called the Big Apple. And of course, one of the world's most influential tech companies, Apple Inc., carries the fruit as its logo. Imagine a single fruit becoming the face of global technology. The 5th, surprising facts. Now, let's move to the most surprising part. Did you know apple seeds contain natural poison? Yes, they contain a compound called amygdalin. When chewed, it can release cyanide. Sounds scary, doesn't it? But don't panic. The amount is tiny. Accidentally swallowing a few seeds won't hurt you. It would take a very large number of seeds to become dangerous. Another cool fact, apples can generate electricity. Just like potatoes, apples can be used in science experiments. Insert 2 different metal electrodes into the fruit, and the apple's acid can conduct electricity, enough to power a small LED light. Pretty cool for a classroom project, right? And finally, apples are also symbols of love and beauty. In many cultures, giving someone an apple was seen as a declaration of affection. In ancient times, if a man offered a woman an apple, it meant he was confessing his love. Romantic, isn't it? Before it ends, there's a message for you listeners. So, as you can see, apples are far more than just an ordinary fruit. From their origins in Kazakhstan, their journey across continents, their thousands of varieties, to their role in science, culture, and even technology, apples carried layers of history and meaning. The next time you bite into an apple, remember, you're not only tasting something fresh and sweet, you're enjoying the result of thousands of years of human history, trade, discovery, and science. Apples aren't just food. They're a symbol of life, love, health, and even civilization itself. So, will you ever look at an apple the same way again?